Anne and Anne move through with their proposal for a divide of the Walker land with the help of an elite York lawyer, overcoming Captain Sutherland's every objection. Anne's ambition to secure her portion of the family inheritance, however, sends shockwaves among her relatives. The Priestleys aren't the only ones who suspect Anne of being behind the plan. Last week's episode featured the shocking death of Mr. Sunderland amid ongoing political tensions, as well as the mystery of who is attempting to ruin Anne Walker's and Anne Lister's lives as companions. Tensions between Walker and her family have been building throughout the season, with Anne Walker admitting to removing her niece from her will. Fans also witnessed her grapple with the realization that if she stays in her union with Lister, she may never be able to have children of her own, which she resolved to continue at the end of episode 6. The battle to finalize the split of their estate continued in this week's installment, with Walker's sister Elizabeth Sutherland stuck in the middle between her husband, Captain Sutherland, and her younger sibling. Meanwhile, Lister caught Matthew and Eugenie in the act, with the French servant divulging her plans to marry her beloved in order to stay at Shibden Hall. But how does this relate to the season finale next week? The entrepreneur, determined to carry out her huge plans for a hotel and casino, is looking to borrow even more money to make it all happen. But when she meets planner Mr. Harper, who has already created a full street in York, she sees even more potential, saying, "It's not cheap. I wouldn't want to build a cheap hotel, but the return will match the quality of the investment." She asks for more money to make her plans a reality, but will she lose even more money in the process? Lister and Walker decide to investigate after believing they were being watched, only to find Matthew and Eugenie doing the same thing, thinking they were safe in the woods. Eugenie had a proposition when their boss summoned them, saying, "If I marry Matthew, will you keep me on until I can get on his farm?" He was promised a farm by his father. He says Matthew can have it when it's free, which he anticipates to be soon. Then we can tie the knot. "Would you let Eugenie keep her job if I left?" he inquired, but Lister appeared to be not interested. While it's unclear how the couple's romance developed and whether it will survive, is there a cute finale wedding in the works? Despite not sharing the screen, tensions between Captain Sutherland and his sister-in-law have grown throughout the season, peaking tonight. Sutherland has been telling his wife Elizabeth the opposite, but Walker believes he's been trying to undermine her and lie to her about information. Things seem to be coming to a head in tonight's episode, as Sutherland realized he was finally being found out after receiving yet more correspondence. As our properties and Miss Lister's join, I cannot help but express my complete upset that the titles have been at Shibden Hall, which I should have decidedly objected to if I had known. What is going on? I do not know," he concluded in an enraged response after discovering papers of his were at Shibden Hall. Will the estate division, however, actually take place? We're not convinced. Fans may recall that in episode 2, Eliza and Henry, who had concealed in the Japanese room for fear of being told off themselves, spotted the couple kissing in secret at Crow Nest. Me and Henry Hardcastle once spotted her snogging Miss Walker. Eliza told her student during a Sunday school lecture conducted by Miss Lister. Mariana was noticeably absent this week, after episode 6 hinted that she was the one who was delivering mystery letters to Walker, detailing Lister's colorful background. However, her absence in episode 7 could indicate that she's up to something sly that we're not aware of. Lister previously failed to tell her wife the truth about her one-night stand with her ex when she went to visit Lawton Hall. But with only one episode remaining, could Mariana have it in her sights to bring the marriage to an end for good?